Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another push workout. And as some people have guessed, and I'm going to have videos coming out explaining why I'm doing it, and I'm actually even going to explain what some of the health concerns are, because I don't actually think ketogenic diets are good for everybody. But yeah, I'm back on keto again. I haven't had any significant amount of carbs, meaning no more than 25 or 30 grams in a day for like a week now. Interestingly enough, I haven't lost weight, but that's because I'm keeping my sodium and magnesium really high. And so that helps tremendously. So I'm not really losing muscle glycogen. In fact, people were saying, like on Friday's workout, like, wow, what's all with all the veins in the pump? And that's with me no longer even being on TRT, being in completely normal testosterone range, lower end actually, of what my body's producing. But yeah, I find that I don't necessarily lose a bunch of water weight on almost no carbs, as long as my calories are good, everything else. Now, did I take a hit today on my pressing? Yeah. And until I fully adapt to keto diets or any sort of cutting diet, because I am in a caloric deficit right now, a very modest one. But I find that pressing strength goes first. And yeah, today it was definitely noticeable. I mean, my normal 5x5 weight on closed grip pause bench, it was heavy for triples, and they felt heavy. Now, what did I do? I dug in and I groaned them out, because I looked at it and said, okay, this is the weight I've chosen to use today. I was hoping to get fives. I can get threes. Let's get in and do it. But you know what? It didn't matter. When I got to squats, we increased squat weight, because there's no room for weakness here, guys. And that's the beauty of it. You know, no carbs and having added cardio in every day, I knocked those squats out. Right? I knocked the squats out, because there is a certain psychology to all of it, of just saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and do it. I'm going to focus on quality sets. I'm going to explode this weight. And that's what I did, because I knew the benching was down, but I know that I've got muscle memory going on in the legs. And you guys will notice my legs are growing again. They are filling back out in spite of 20 grams of carbs a day, in spite of me doing cardio. My legs are getting thicker, and I think it's noticeable today on the squat footage. It's noticeable today. They're refilling out. It's that muscle memory kicking back in, which is great, because if I can re-thicken my legs up while doing cardio, and then especially when I start adding in more GPP work, which actually my kettlebells should be here tomorrow. I got a full set of kettlebells. I'm going to mess with some kettlebell swings. I really want to use some kettlebell swings for some of my conditioning. Mainly because I see some good physical therapists and experts in injury prevention, and athletes really advocate them for conditioning. Guys like Stuart McGill, who I may not agree with everything he says, but he's a pretty smart guy. He had some really good stuff on kettlebell swings, so I'm going to start incorporating those for part of my conditioning and really work on those. So I ordered a set of kettlebells. And they might be good for some of my upper body stuff for accessory movements later on. You know, they have their place. But benching was tough today, man. I'm not going to lie, guys. It was hard. So what I decided to focus on, because I was struggling a bit with the weight, and I know 275 for closed grip presses, that's nothing impressive, not at all. So I decided to focus on just quality reps and good, solid pauses and exploding as hard as I could. Because if I can't be as strong as I'd like to be right now, I can be explosive. But you know, that mentality carried over. I got focused, came over, decided there was no place for weakness. And even if I couldn't bench today, I was sure as hell going to squat. So we bumped the weight up another 5 pounds in rebuilding. And I got 5x5, and they were explosive. Like, I could hear the plates jingle and the bar frap at the top of each rep. And this is my stiff bar, by the way, guys. Notice which bar I'm using. This is my stiff deadlift bar. This is not my whippy bar. So it still was frapping a bit on me, and that's good. That means I was explosive. I was exploding, got in, got tight. Again, 5 pounds added again to the squat for the 5x5. Every single rep was explosive. It was fast. I focused on getting tight. I'm still having to work a little bit with the thoracic rounding, but it's improved dramatically. Occasionally I get a rep and I'm getting fatigued to where it returns a little bit, but I'm going to keep working on it, keep working on driving that chest up when I get to the slower parts of the rep to finish the reps out. So again, that's something I'm having to focus on in addition to the bracing, and I'm really trying to brace hard right now. I'm really trying to focus on these things to prevent any sort of erector strain again. But yeah, everything was explosive. Everything was good. I was happy with this. And again, I could feel my quads throbbing. Feel those quads throbbing, and that's good because this is what I wanted to do. I'm like, all right, the benching's not going to go good today. I'm going to redeem myself on these squats, and we are going to dig in, and we're going to get this shit done. And I did. I hit what I wanted to hit, and every single rep was fast. Every single rep. And that's what I wanted to see. We're going to rebuild those legs. And that's going to be a big, big part of all this moving forward as the scale continues to go down over time. Again, building my quads, hamstrings, glutes, hips, rebuilding all of those is tremendous for energy turnover. And people have to understand that. I mean, you guys who are out there talking about, I want to get leaner, I want to cut. I mean, we could talk about all the health benefits and athletic benefits of your lower body. But let's be honest here. You guys who want to get leaner, do you not understand how many more calories you burn doing your cardio and conditioning work when you add 3 or 4 pounds to your lower body of muscle? I mean, you're talking about the potential for hundreds of extra calories burned a day. All right, that's magical. So when you're looking at the long game, you're not just saying, oh, I want to get cut now. You're talking about you wanted to get jacked. You want to get your energy turnover up. Your legs matter more than your upper body does of that, guys. It matters a lot. It's going to let you drop body fat on much higher calories. And I mean, at the end of the day, isn't that what most of us are trying to do? Does anyone really want to feel like they're starving? Hell no. You want to be able to eat and still drop body fat. I'm not talking about sitting around eating garbage. I'm not talking about eating junk food. I'm talking about eating whole foods. You know, but you've got to build your lower body for that. It's a tremendously valuable tool. But I was happy with the squats today, and that was the whole point, man. I felt like the benching, because of the no carbs, not getting used to it, it was really weaker today. My pressing strength is fading a little bit. But the squats aren't. Squats are coming back, so that's good. I can live with that. And we're going to get the benching back too, guys. We're going to get back above 315 for the close grip. Again, new training is coming. Be structuring all my concurrent periodization coming up so that we can move forward, do more conditioning, focus on multiple performance elements, get more athletic, continue to get leaner. Notice the legs, guys. My legs are filling back out. They are filling back out. And they look like they're getting leaner, so that's good. I think the cardio and the small caloric deficit and the squatting, again, I think it's all helping. You have to just keep moving forward. That's the name of the game, guys. Keep moving forward. And yeah, as long as I keep my protein high enough, it's not going to matter that the carbs aren't there. It's not going to matter that I'm adding cardio. I've got to keep the workload high on everything, keep the total training volume high with good tension, continue to keep my protein high enough, and it's going to work out. But I'm feeling confident about that. I'm actually feeling good. I'm actually getting used to the current diet again, which I've always thrived on that sort of diet. I've just always worried about the health benefits. And people need to remember that. I've hit really big numbers in the past while doing that sort of diet. Like, people forget that when I did my 500 for 7 on the deadlift with no belt, that was on keto, guys. That was on no carbs. So, you know, it is what it is. And again, that's stuff I'm going to talk about later. I want people to understand, though, that I am not saying that's healthy for everyone. In fact, there are some very serious health concerns with running that sort of diet. And so I don't think it's for everyone. I think it's for people who really, really only know what they're doing. And I sure as hell don't ever recommend that kind of diet for people blasting gear, ever, under any circumstances. I think that's a potential death sentence. And that's just how I feel about that. Pressing, today I feel like I lost, about a rep or so on every one of these, but it's fine. I was fatigued on all of it. At least I got in, got them done. Focused on, again, getting a good pause at the bottom, a good dead stop. And I'm going to have to do other stuff for my shoulders coming up also. I think that's where the kettlebells, the face pulls, all that stuff are going to come in handy a lot for especially my more volume-oriented days on the concurrent training. I think that's going to be important because I do need to maintain shoulders. I mean, having delts, having biceps, all of that, that's going to make a big difference with what I'm doing as I cut down, even though I'm still power training. That's the stuff that people complain about power lifters, so they don't look good because they most of them need another inch of bicep, another inch of side delt, right? Even when they get leaner, people complain about it. Unless you're Dan Green. No one ever says Dan Green doesn't have shoulders, do they? But all in all, squats were good. Pressing was a little weak, but getting used to the new diet, I'm losing body fat, regaining muscle in my legs. So it's all good. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.